scallops, they're like the jewels of the seafood family. I absolutely love them. And I'm going to show you a very easy recipe with just a few ingredients. I think scallops is one of those recipes that we always order at a restaurant, but very rarely make them at home. And it's so easy to prepare. You just need a few good quality ingredients. So into our bowl, I'm going to start by finely chopping some parsley. So just a few sprigs of fresh parsley for this. And we'll take the stalks off. This is a recipe where you want to use soft herbs, so parsley, tarragon, a little bit of dill works nicely, but you want to stay away from hard herbs like rosemary and thyme for this because it can overpower the delicate flavour of these beautiful fresh scallops. So you want about a tablespoon or so of parsley, and I'm just going to run my knife through it a few times because you want it to be really, really tiny. Essentially, I'm going to be making a beautiful butter crumb, placing these into the shell of the scallops with the scallops and then grilling them. They take moments to grill. So into a bowl. Now, I like to use French shallot for this because they're milder and sweeter in flavour. We want about a tablespoon of finely chopped French shallot and some mustard, just some Dijon mustard, along with some breadcrumbs. You could use some fresh breadcrumbs or some panko breadcrumbs, a good amount of that. And for the real hero in this, the butter. Butter and scallops are best friends. So I'm using a good quality certified organic butter, unsalted preferably, because then I can add the salt to it. I've also just brought it out of the fridge an hour ago, so it's quite soft. I'm gonna add about half, and I like to cut it into cubes. So into little bits. The reason I want it to be quite soft is just so it mixes easily with all of our other ingredients. So we'll just break it up. I'll add a pinch of salt, and just with the back of the spoon, we're going to mush everything together. So these breadcrumbs, after they're going to be in the oven, they're going to go golden brown and crispy with the help of that beautiful butter. Look at that. This is just so delicious. Even on prawns or a bit of fish, this mixture here is just such a great little recipe to add to your repertoire. Okay, for the scallops. Now, I've removed the roe for these, but you can leave them on. And if you're at your fishmonger or at the fish market and you see fresh scallops in the shell, definitely get them because they're worth it. If you can't, you can buy some shells just like this, and you can add them to it. Or the other option is just pop them onto a tray and cook them without the shell. They're still going to taste exactly the same. This is just for presentation. So I'm just adding a little of the butter to the base of these shells. I'd say about half a teaspoon, not too much. We just want a little bed for our gorgeous scallops to sit on. And then we'll just nestle them in there. So returning them to the shells. And you'll notice that I've got some rock salt on the bottom of this dish. And I do that just so the shells don't move too much as they grill in the oven. Last few, look at those plump scallops, just perfect. Okay, I'll add some more butter to the top, and you can be a little more generous. You just want to squish it on top. And then this goes into a preheated oven with the grill element on. You want that grill element on because it doesn't take long at all to cook. They're going to take about, I'd say, 2 minutes or until that butter has melted, it's bubbly, and those breadcrumbs have gone golden brown. I wish you were here with me right now to smell how delicious these scallops are. And you can see why I've used these scallop shells, because there's those beautiful little puddles of butter that's been collected in there. That has made the most delicious sauce with the mustard, the shallots, the parsley, just divine. I'm just going to add about 6 onto a plate. What I like to do is just grab a lemon, just for that freshness. We haven't added any acidity here. A little lemon in the centre, you just squeeze that over just before serving. This is elegant, refined, yet very basic cooking. The main thing to take away from this recipe is to not overcook the scallops, and you really can't, because as soon as that butter is melted and it's golden on the top, it's ready. Enjoy.